So YouTube has informed me that I am live. So believe it or not, guys, I must be live. Otherwise, how else would I know? Guys, you are very welcome to Wally's World this Friday night. Let me change that. Oh, Jesus, that's a bit weird. That's a bit better. I'm a bit green, but hey, I've been out in the sun all day, so. Guys, you are welcome. It has been a strange week in Wally's World. I actually don't know what happened. So I was trying to think about it there before I came online, and I was trying to think to myself, what did I get up to this week? What did I do? And I don't remember. I don't remember. That's what happens, guys. That's what happens when you get to my age. You just suddenly don't remember. There's 5 days that are just missing, and I don't know what I did. I was recording a lot of videos for Red Branch Bushcraft this week, and I was also doing a little bit of work around Red Branch itself, and also I was cutting a fair bit of grass this week. So it's one of those weeks. I'm still playing that catch-up game with everybody's just going, you know, and myself included, just going, oh, spring is here. Roddy, how's it going, buddy? It's like, spring is here. I need to go and cut stuff. I need to get the grass cut now, or in a week it's going to be like this, and it's going to be a nightmare. So that is, I cut my auntie's grass for, when was that? That could have been Monday. I don't remember. If that was Monday, what the hell did I do on Tuesday? I do not know. But I know what I did today. I broke my bloody brush cutter. Oh, Wally. Guys, a 6 Diesel Man 99. How's it going, buddy? Guys, that is potentially a £650 mistake. What was I doing, boy? What was I doing? Do you know, I was sitting and I was looking at it last week and the week before, and I was saying to myself, I need to take this in for a service, right? Now, I'm going to take off my jumper. Hang on. Okay, so hands up. The Honda. Oh, I didn't do anything. This is the problem. I didn't do anything. So the Honda is okay. So I'm not great with engines. Full stop. 2 strokes took me a little bit to sort of get my head around using them, chainsaws and stuff like that. So the Honda is a 4-stroke, right? So I think I got it in May of last year, so it's nearly a year old, and I set it all up, and away I went, and I worked it, and it sits for 6 months, and it's not used. So I did a serious amount of brush cutting with it last week, literally about 15 to 18 hours, I think. And I went and I just left it sitting there down at Red Branch in the shed. Went to use it today, wouldn't start properly. Did maybe about 20 odd minutes, and it just died. And when I went to start it again, it was crack. So I didn't mean to get it serviced, but the problem with getting something serviced when you don't get it serviced in winter is that you could be a month without it, you know, because these service centers are so busy. Anyway, I was sitting there going, what is wrong with this? Why won't this work? And I says, right, I'll go into Dundalk. I'll go into my guy. So I took it into Dundalk. It's only a 10-minute drive. Took it into Dundalk, and your man, I says, I don't know what's wrong with it. He opened the oil and he said, there's no oil in it. So I had burnt the oil out of it from not doing a regular oil change. So it turns out, not like a normal machine that you can just hand in once a year and get it serviced and stuff like that, is that these machines need an oil change every 6 months. Every 6 months. I hadn't even changed the oil from when it was new. So apparently you're supposed to change the oil after a certain amount of time, like maybe like 10 hours work or something like that. But I don't know. See, and this is what led me to the question: 4-stroke versus 2-stroke. Okay, so so he's going to see if he can fix it. This is it. Otherwise, that's it. 650 quid down the drain. But I am sure that you can pick up a wee engine. Do you know what I mean? It's I really don't see it being done. Do you know what I mean? I really don't think so. But my God, I felt like an idiot, absolute idiot. It just never occurred to me that I should be checking the oil every time I use it. I should be topping it up. Like I don't do that with a lawnmower, you see. It's a pain in the arse, Roddy. Absolute pain in the arse. And the thing is that I need it. You know, it's at this time of year I need it. So, but on the plus side, no, there is no plus side. Yeah, you see, this is it, Rod. This is it. Well, your man said to me, he says about that much oil. He says that they take nothing. They take absolutely nothing. And the harder you're working them, the more oil is used. And I just did last week. I just worked those machines for like 5 hours at a time, 5 hours, you know, then the next day another 5 hours, you know. And one of the videos came out tonight, but that doesn't even show half of it. That was very, very edited. So just a balls. I was just ripping with myself. And the dogs with me and everything. Had to put the dogs in the truck and head on in and everything. And listen, hopefully not. Hopefully not. It's just one of those days, boy. 1st of April as well. And but I went in and he said, "Oh, I just need a blade for your lawnmower." I said, "What are you talking about?" He says, "Your lawnmower. Do you remember your lawnmower that you left in with the bent shaft?" He says, "Well, you see, this is it, Roddy. I would be the same. It's not even a year since I had the bloody thing." But with the brush cutters, they have such a small engine that you need to do it at least every 6 months. They're saying every 10 hours, and then 30 hours, and then 10 hours, and then 30 hours, or something like that. So, you know, what is the pros of a 4-stroke engine versus the pros of a 2-stroke engine? Do you know? This is it. So you don't have to put oil in a 2-stroke engine. I'm stuck with it now anyway. I'm not going to sell it. I'm not going to do anything like that. Weekly on the Honda mower, really? Yeah. So do you remember I broke my lawnmower? So I went in. This is the same guy that I took it to. He said, "Oh, I'll see if I can get an engine for it." And I was like, "Yeah, let me know." So I went in. It's got a big Honda engine on it. I think he's put a more powerful engine on it than the one that was already on it. So now I am going to have 2 really big and heavy and powerful lawnmowers. Oh, you couldn't make this up. And he's like, "Yeah, I just need to get a blade. I can't remember what blade it was that was on it." So, and I was like, "I just bought a lawnmower. I bought a lawnmower last Friday. It's a week old." This is what I'm thinking to myself. You might have texted me, buddy. Let me know. You bought an engine, a big Honda engine for my lawnmower. Jesus, this lawnmower is going to be a beast. And I would probably abuse it, and I would probably break it. It might become my beater lawnmower. That is what I might do with it. So, and it's just, I just couldn't believe it. I was kicking myself. I was like, why did I never ever think to check the oil levels in it? It's just, you know. I don't know. I don't know how bad it is. The thing is that it started. There was no issue. It ran. It slowed down. It stopped, and then it wouldn't go. But you can still pull the cord, and it still turns over. So I don't know what that means. As I said, guys, I know nothing about engines. Nothing. It's like just something I have never looked into. You know, but I still took apart my chainsaw and ported it, and I know nothing about engines, but hey, that's what Wooly does. So tell me this. What do you think? 2-stroke versus 4-stroke. You know, people say, oh, get a 4-stroke. You don't have to put mix in. You put straight petrol in and stuff like that. But you have to faff about with changing the oil every couple of months. That's a bit of a balls, isn't it? Hey, Mama Taz, you're very welcome. You know, so Mark, how's it going? Yes, AVT. I saw it. So I'm hopeful. I am hopeful that this guy can fix it because he's pretty good at fixing stuff. I am really, really hopeful. But what can you do? What can you do? It's just one of those things. What is a low oil shut off? Oh, it means it'll turn itself off if it's running in oil. Oh, that's good to know. I wonder, do Honda brush cutters have a low oil shut off? It is like it's only at the most it's a year old. Do you know what I mean? Maybe 10 months or something. So it's like, and I had everything with me. I was going to do a brush cutter video. No, I wasn't. I cut grass for an hour, planted a tree for Evie, cut grass for an hour, went to go brush cutting for an hour to brush cut the jungle to keep on top of it. This is the problem, is the jungle. The jungle is the problem, is that if I don't keep on top of the jungle, it's just going to grow back up. So I am not buying another. Yeah, hopefully ABT. Chris, how's it going? Hopefully that is the case, but the jungle needs to be maintained. Good man, Pat. How's it going? So if I don't stay on top of the jungle, I'm going to end up with another jungle, and I will have to keep cutting that. So I think I'm going to get down tomorrow, and I'm going to start pulling all the hard stuff out of it, all the little bits of twigs and sticks and stuff like that. Like, here's the thing. So I was down there yesterday, and I planted 7 trees in it yesterday. Seven, like maybe 6-foot trees. And I also, when I was down there today, I was like, I stumbled over something, and I pulled out 3 big fence posts that had just grown, that moss had just, they're laying down, they were never put in as fence posts. Obviously somebody put them down, walked away, forgot about them, and they were just buried. Moss had just grown over them, and they were just part of the floor now. Greetings from Toronto, Ontario Firewood Resource. How's it going? Oh, good man, Pat. Listen, just hang on a second. How are you replying? How are you guys reply if you're driving? You shouldn't be doing this, Pat. You really shouldn't be doing this. So how did you total? How did this will be the new excuse in America? How did you total your truck, Pat? Well, I was listening to Wooly's World. Don't. That's what you're saying, Chris. I broke my brush cutter. I broke my new brush cutter. New as in a year old, but I'm still calling it new. I just was like, oh. What can you do? Lost a brush cutter, gained a lawnmower. No, it was my fault. It was my fault. And the thing is that there's no Honda dealers here, so I couldn't take it back. I would have to post it back. So everything would have to happen via email, and then they would have to agree to it, and then I would have to ship it back, and then they would ship me a new one. So it would be a massive, complicated process, and I have already left it in to somebody who is not an authorized Honda dealer, so that probably voids any warranty that was on it. You think, Chris? I might wait and see what your man says before I contact the Honda dealer. I think that's probably the best bet. Yeah, he's pretty good, Roddy. Do you know what I mean? So I have, if there's anybody who can fix it, it'll be him, because he's really good at thinking outside the box and coming up with solutions to things. Do you know what I mean? What do you mean, Chris? If it's my fault or not? How does that not matter? I don't understand. To me, if it is customer error. Oh, but this, I no, Chris, I have it nearly a year. I don't. The Hyundai is gone. I sold it. Sold it. Sold it last year. So, if it was 30 days, yes, of course. But I bought it on. I bought it off the main Honda dealer in the UK, right? And they shipped it out and everything. And you know, I get a little bit miffed at these companies sometimes, where you spend a lot of money or something on something, and then they charge you 20 quid shipping, and you're like, I just spent 600 and something quid in your shop, and you're charging me 20 quid shipping. Ship the bloody thing for free. No, Chris, no. It's Big Red. It's the one that you've seen in all the videos. Well, I don't know if you've seen them or not. Not a lot of people watch them, but it is it is a fine machine. Was a fine machine. Here's hoping he can fix it. Send it back, Roddy. Walk up to the shop and chuck it through the window like this. Like that. You have to make that noise as well. It's chipped. What do you mean it's chipped? You mean you've rolled the edge? You've chipped the edge? I chipped the edge on mine, and I chipped the edge on the Husqvarna as well. And I just took a flat file to it and it fixed it up, no bother. I actually found the Husqvarna to be a wee bit softer than the Fiskars. So I would say it is common enough. God knows. It was I had something with them, and I split it and went through into the ground, and that's just a little stone. Just put a chip in it. Oh, excuse me. Jesus, guys, we're only on 17 minutes and I'm yawning already. I've been exhausted all week, but I don't know what's going on with me. Yeah, so planting trees. The brush cutting videos, guys. Well, we spoke about the jungle, and we spoke about that last week, as far as I remember. But I've moved on to the next phase of that. You see, so I have planted trees in, and the whole point in clearing it was, of course, to plant trees in it to try and bring back more land and plant trees and save the world and all that. Blah, blah, blah. But these these brambles are so aggressive. If you leave it for 6 months, it'll all be full of brambles again, and the trees will be choked out, and and it'll just be a pain in the arse. It's just beating your head against the wall, because I did have it all organized. That's it. It's done. First time in whatever amount of years I've been doing brush cutting videos, and now it's like, bugger. Back to square one. Well, it will be in 2 months. So I think I'm going to have to rake it, or I could just get that backpack blower down and blow everything into the river. Let it all just blow in, pretend I never saw it. Or if I'm really stuck, I could go at it with the hedge cutter. But Jesus, you'd be on your hands and knees doing that. That would be mental. That would be mental. Yeah, it's hard to know. It's crazy, right? It's crazy, right? There's 8 of us on here now at the minute. Between us, we probably have about 200 chainsaws, right? But between us, we probably only have about 15 brush cutters. What are you into? Oh, I collect trimmers, weed whackers, and brush cutters. Oh, you're a bit of a weird one, aren't you? What do you do? Oh, I collect chainsaws. Really? Do you? Yeah, I know, Mark. It is tempting. It is very, very tempting, but there's just too much going on. There's a house in one field. There's so it's like this. There's You know, imagine this is it here. You know, there's a forest on this side, there's a house on this side, so that is the issue. Could just nuke it from space. That would be an option as well. But here's the thing: I wasn't even going to do it today. Today I was going to go and do firewood because it's been so dry, so dry. We have had like 18 days without rain, and the sun has been splitting the rocks and all that there stuff, guys. And it's been really nice. Cold, but nice. Did you get snow, Roddy? Did you get snow? But it's like, then I was just like, no, I need to go and do this because it's a nice day. It rained yesterday, I knew it was going to rain this afternoon, so I needed to go cut the grass. And we are already at the stage in Ireland where I need to cut the grass every single opportunity I get, especially now I don't have a brush cutter. Because I can't just leave it for a week and then go back and cut it again. Do you know what I mean? You know, I'll just take the brush cutter to it and trim it all down and stuff like that. But this is the joys of engine ownership. That is what I'm going to chalk that up to. The absolute joys of it. I will never ever. Listen, I'm going to be going around checking the oil and everything now. I never check the oil and stuff. Never. Jesus. I'm so bad with engines. So bad. Oh, it's crazy. It's so hard not to curse as well. Anyway, guys, let me know, what have you destroyed? Get it in the comments. Let's have the crack. Let's talk about what you have destroyed. And I'll tell you some stories about the stuff that I have destroyed. Do you know, for a long time... Yeah. Yeah, JD, I'll just get a big, massive extension cable and run it from the house. Yeah, so... Do you know, there's not a lot when I think of it. I've broken a fair few axe handles, but mostly on mauls, and I haven't broken any in the last 4 years, I'm going to say. David and Kelsey, how's it going? You're very welcome. You're very welcome. I hope you guys are doing all right. Lunchtime there, is it? Is it? Is Wally's maths right? Probably not, because he doesn't know how to put oil in an engine, so he probably doesn't know how to count either. Let's hope it's not seized. Woo! Yay! So anyway, I've broken a fair few mauls. I have broken a fair few windows. But not a lot of machines, but... Yes, I have one. I have one. The Hulk. The Hulk. It's a Husqvarna 181 SE. Let me go to my channel and I'll post a link. Have you not seen it? No. Here you go. I will share this link right now. Oh no! You did it with the logs! Oh no, Roddy! Sorry for laughing, but oh no! I'm not even going to say that. You know, I was driving out the road by and I was going to myself, I was so pissed off with myself, blah 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 blah. Jesus! You know, I was like, okay, slow down. Turn the heavy metal off. Okay, let's slow down, Wally. Take a breath. You know, we'll find out what's wrong with it. What do you mean one last time? There's like 2 months left. Where are you going? Where am I going? The fro is coming in. The fro is coming in. I have to turn the light up. I have to turn the camera up. Jesus Christ. Through the chipper. There you go, guys. There is the Pro. $360. As you can see, I've been dyeing it grey as well. So, through the chipper. I saw through the chipper. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. How does that even work? The head shave is on the 27th of May. The 27th of May. No problem, AVT. Yes, I have one in the shed. It is a 181 SE. It is a Husqvarna British Army issued chainsaw, and it is absolutely fantastic. It is, sorry guys, I've messed up the camera. It is an absolute bugger to start. When it runs, it's full of torque. It just goes like the bejeepers, okay? It's a serious saw. You would not want to be using that all day. It is a saw that you walk into a forest and you point it at the tree, and the tree shits itself and falls over and breaks up into stove-sized pieces on its way down. That's what is my understanding of how it was used. So just love it. It's a beast. It's a beast. I hate carrying it anywhere. It has a lot of sentimental value for me as well. So it's funny. I was up the trees I was planting yesterday. I got them actually off my auntie, and she had been married to my uncle who owned that. So yeah. Let me see. I was going to do something there. Yeah, I'm feeling a bit lightless this evening. But yeah, so it has been an interesting. It was a quiet week up until today. My path has gone in. I know some of you guys were commenting on my video, my emergency firewood video, but I have a path in now, so I can drive in. That is as of Tuesday gone, so I can drive in and out again. It's still bumpy and lumpy, but it's getting there. It's getting there, but it's definitely getting there. So this is the way, isn't it? This is the way. These things. It's getting good, Roddy. It's getting good. Jesus, powered by a fast track. That's unreal. It's a good saw, AVT. The 181 is a nice saw. Price wise, I don't know, but price wise, I have seen somebody selling one for £1,000, right? I have seen somebody selling one for £400. I've seen somebody selling one for £300. Oh, you're using the bandsaw for firewood. Bandsaw is a handy thing, boy. My God. My God. Well, what about the chipper? How did the chipper get on? I put angle iron through a chipper by accident. Okay. Nice. Doug, was that the short you put up, or did I see that on Instagram? Guys, it has been wall-to-wall sunshine, and the clocks went forward on Saturday. So I have basically come home, had my dinner, gone back out again, and then come home and go to bed. And that's what happens to me at this time of year. It sort of calms down a bit in the summer. Calms down a bit in the summer, but I work 7 days a week in the summer. But it's not as late. Yeah, good luck on saw. Good luck on saw from Bellhopper as well. Yeah. What can you do, lads? What can you do? You just grind these things on, don't you? You break a machine, you learn, you move on to the next one. Then you break it and you learn a wee bit more. Yeah, do you know, I think when my uncle bought that 181, he bought it from an army surplus shop, and he paid 100 quid for it, and it was brand new. It had never been used. Yeah, it's brilliant, Roddy, isn't it? Nice. Oh, okay, okay. What CC is it, Doug? Well, I'm spending all my time. I'm down at Red Branch all the time. Wait till you hear this, right? So I'm down at Red Branch cutting the grass today with the lawnmower, and I'm throwing sticks into the river for Bruno when I'm doing it, because there's the river runs the whole way around it. So I'm back and forward. And I get up and I throw a stick in. Do you know what he started doing? Right. So you cut grass and you cut a stripe, and then you're coming up and you're cutting along this stripe, right? So he gets a stick and he walks over and he drops it where I am going to where I need to drive with the lawnmower, right? Right. And he did it once, so I have to stop the lawnmower and lift the stick and throw it for him, right? He did it once, so I go around again, coming back around again, and he's come out of the river at this stage with the stick in his mouth, wagging his tail, thinking, oh, I'm a great dog. He's wagging so much that his whole body's shaking. He comes up and he drops the stick in my way again. So I have to stop the lawnmower, take the stick, and chuck it out of my way so he can chase it. Now, first time you're thinking it's luck. Second time you're thinking, right, okay. He did it about 5 times in a row. I was like, you are bloody, yeah, I don't know. They're smart, aren't they? Like, smarter than your average bear. Crazy. So what can you do, hey? Where would we be without them? So I'm basically have been at Red Branch all week doing stuff, and I had been planning to cut stuff with the chainsaw and everything. Planning to cut stuff with the chainsaw today. Yes, exactly, Roddy. And I had all my chainsaw stuff with me and everything, and just the brush cutter was just like, well, I just got to sort this out now, and I'm really annoyed. So maybe I get to cut some stuff tomorrow. I'm not really. No, I won't. Maybe Monday. No, I won't get to do that either. So what can you do? Yeah, I would like a light bar. I'd like a light bar for the 181. It is something I looked into. Oh, I also bought a new pair of boots, so when they came, they were too big for me. That was a good day. And I would like a light bar on the 181 because I have a Rototech bar on it, which is one of these cheap Chinese rebranded things by a company here in you blew up a lawnmower like on purpose. So you see, those Husqvarna bars are coming in at about 120 sterling here. It's x-torq, isn't it? I'll tell you exactly. Hey, £112 sterling, which is coming in at $147. $147. How much are you paying for them in the South? Nice. And a holly tree. Oh, well, Richard, how's it going? We were just cracking about Bruno there. You're welcome, Randy. You're welcome, buddy. Richard, you too. Richard, we're all good. We're all good. I'm just talking about blowing up equipment and destroying equipment. That seemed to be the way $130. It's okay. There's not much. 20 quid in the difference. Okay. You think because we're closer to Sweden? I wonder who makes them. I wonder who makes them. That would be interesting to know. Is it Sugihara? Sugihara. Is that what you call it? Sugihara? Yeah, especially when they get into the longer lengths. You know, even the 24-inch bar, you feel it. You know, you can feel it being nose heavy and stuff like that. So, listen, it wasn't crying I was doing today. It was shouting and roaring and screaming and cursing and snotting and oh, okay. Nice. Yeah. It's the funny time. It's like in between seasons here. You know, you get to a certain time in the year and it's all like firewood. Well, that's what it is for me. But right now it's like cutting grass. I actually think that you cannot cut fire. You can't cut down trees in a minute because all the birds are nesting. You have to wait until September. So, what we will do is, yeah. Yes, especially working on steep ground. I agree. Especially if you're hauling everything into position, or if you have a bloody wheelbarrow and you're pushing a wheelbarrow up. You know, every ounce saved is vital. You know, and that's a lot of the times that will put me off bringing the big saw. Mud season. Well, Richard, we've been having a run of nice weather, so it's been a bit. That's why everybody's cutting grass. So it's like everybody panics. We gotta cut the grass. The grass needs cut. Ah, and you cut the grass, and you say, "You really should cut that again next week." I know, we cut it next month. It'll be okay. Then you go back next month, and it's a bloody jungle, and you have to fight your way through it. And it's like, oh, you know. So this is generally the way it goes. But yeah, I'm hoping that it's all right, guys. I'm hoping that it is just, and it is, he can fix it. So he talked about something about taking it apart and putting the screw gun onto it, and you know, changing the oil and cleaning it out, and putting the drill onto it to turn the crank on its own. So yeah, that's the way to do it, Roddy. Smart, you see. Smart. But then all the weeds will start growing up through the wood chips because they are more dominant, and this is the problem. Then you go to cut the grass, and your bag's full of wood chips. Yeah, that's the way it goes. Anyway, guys, I'm going to put my glasses on because I can't read the comments. Okay, sorry for my crazy eyes. Oh, crazy eyes, Woody and the crazy eyes. That's good to know. That's interesting to know. I tell you what I'd be thinking as well. Haircut is the 27th of May, Roddy. 27th of May. And hang on, Doug. How are you upgrading your saw that you just got from Bellhopper? Did he not upgrade it for you? Or have I missed the trick here? Guys, I haven't been watching any YouTube all week. I've just been way out doing stuff. So if I have missed stuff, please forgive me. So it's yeah, I just don't have. Well, listen, I was going to say I don't have £100 to spend on a new chainsaw bar at the minute, but I just bought a new pair of boots. I actually bought 2 pairs of boots because I'm going to send one back. Oh, I know. I did a lot of stuff in emergency medicine, in the mountain rescue, and in being an outdoor pursuits instructor and stuff like that, and you know, came across some things that were a bit rough, and spinal injuries and broken legs and protruding bones and stuff like that. But you see, if anybody touches their eyes, I hate it. Roddy, they're the ones that I shared. I got a pair of Mendel German Army Special Forces boots. They were 80 quid, right? Mendel boots normally run about 280 quid, but these are 80 quid, and they are Gore-Tex boots, you know, hiking boots, really good hiking boots. But I got them, and I watched a video on them, and the guy said get half a size up because they run small, and I got half a size up, and they're too big for me. And they're just a little bit too big for me that I can't get them to be comfortable enough. Even if I put in a new two insoles and done all that, and I'm walking about them, and I'm just sort of a little bit too loose in them. So what I did was, Peppy, you're very welcome. So what I did was, it won't make a difference. It won't make a difference. So this is what I did. I bought a size 7 off the same guy, and I will put the 7.5s up for sale. I'll sell them. So I'm not that worried. And they were brand new. They were like complete. These were brand new boots. I would say maybe somebody put them on, walked them around the house, but they're all ex-German military boots. So they're surplus. They've been sitting in a warehouse somewhere. Brand new, you know. They're 7.5. They are a 7.5. The ones that I am going to sell are going to be a 7.5. So I want to get the 7s here, and I want to wear. I'm a bit of a Fiskars fan, but I don't tell a lot of people that. 7.5 UK. No, Roddy, I think they're a little bit big. I think they're a little bit on the big side, but because I have a pair of size 7.5 Mendels and they fit me okay, but I think these are just a little bit bigger. Hang on a second. Thick wool socks doesn't work. 7.5 here, Randy, is oh yeah. I get that now. Yeah, what size do you take, Roddy? Like, as soon as I get these other ones, I'm going to sell them on. I'll give them to you for 80 quid. That's what I paid for them. I've worn them twice. I wore them yesterday. They're high leg boots now. If you look at my Instagram, I'll message you a picture of them, Roddy. Or I will put up this is what I'll do. This is the easiest way to do it. Oh, excuse me. Ooh. What are you doing, eBay? Guys, give me a second. They might come up there. The Fiskars are pretty good. The Fiskars are pretty good, I have to say. I do like them, and I'm a purist, guys. There's certain things I like, and I like knives, and I like Jimmy's ATV. You're very welcome. I like the wooden handle. I like the old style steel. I like all that stuff. But my God, those Fiskars and the Husqvarna, they are effective at certain things, and they are easy to swing. I'm finding myself down in the afternoons, at the weekends, splitting wood down at Red Branch, and you're sitting there and you're swinging the Fiskars and you're swinging this, and it's like, bang, bang, bang. It's just nice. It's, they are really nice, Roddy. They are unbelievable quality boots. You're talking about a £300 pair of boots for 80 quid. I couldn't believe it. And I had been looking at these for about 6 months, and I finally got paid for some work that I did in September. Yes, I said September. And I just went, you know what? And I got rid of a couple of pairs of boots as well. One pair got put to the crappy power hosing, thing. So, yeah, I agree, David and Kelsey. I agree. It's like I really like knives and axes, right? And it is their simplicity. It is the simplicity of a knife, right? It is the simplicity of a knife. It is a basic design that hasn't changed in such a long, since we made them out of stone, right? They haven't changed. There's been very little, you know, it is designed to do something, and it does it exceptionally well. And an axe is the same. And it's that simple, it's that simplicity that I love about knives and axes, you know. The super splitter. Do you think, Richard? I was on the fence about the smaller handles. I really, really was. That is a K-bar Carhartt knife, and that is a knife that is based on a 100-year-old knife design, and that is an exact replica of it. A guy called Horace Carhartt. He's like one of these godfathers of survivalists in the States. He's one of these mountain men. And this is sort of along the lines of an old hickory, a chopped down old hickory butcher's knife, but it's thicker, right? So he would have always paired a knife with an axe, and that's why it's not super, super thick like a lot of the bushcraft knives. So, no, you're talking about brutal simplicity. When did you send them to me, Randy? You know, so, you know, like that's a Hultifer's hunter's axe. I love that. Like, that is just real, you know, that's class. You know, that's absolutely, yeah, it's kill bear. I've got an itchy hand. Doesn't that mean that somebody's going to give me money? I normally take my money in this hand. Oh, I pretend this one's itchy as well. But do you know what I mean? And an axe is a very effective and simple tool. Do you know, Al Adler, Mr. Killinger has got some very, very nice axes. Very, very nice axes. But council tools. I'm not like, do they make really good axes? Kevin's Disobedience. No, I've never heard of it. No. Do you know what? It does sound familiar, but no, tell me about him. Tell me about him, Roddy. Oh, he's a nice wee Spyderco. Oh, Spyderco whetstones. His channel is on point. He's got good. He's got a nice channel. Well, do you know what, Roddy? I'll give him a sub. There you go. I'll tell him Roddy sent me. So. Somebody who's not afraid to speak their mind. Somebody who's not afraid to speak their mind. You know, speaking your mind is something that I have generally stayed away from. Do you know that is something? I know the live feeds can get a bit political and stuff like that, but it's generally no. A 7-pound Elway axe. No, I haven't. But now I'm going to have to Google that as well now. No, all that comes up is for me is John Elway. Oh, okay. So he's into his axes, he's into his axe handles, he's into hanging axes and stuff like that. If I had some nice heads, I suppose I would be hanging a lot of axes. The problem being is that I get into certain things and I am just so busy. I have seen Ben Scott's channel before. He's into his axes as well, isn't he? Sure, we're all just bloody addicted to shiny, pointy, stabby, slicey, splitty things. That's a nice knife, I have to say. It's not my normal type of knife. This being this flat grind, which is not normally something that I'm into. I normally like a Scandinavian grind, which is better for bushcraft and stuff. But I have to say, I've been using this one a lot, and it's actually the knife I take with me. Jesus, I'm all stuck up here. I actually take it with me to Red Branch all the time, so it's always on my belt, which can be an issue because I forget that it's on my belt and I go into the shop and stuff and do, you know, if you're stopped by the cops here and you have a knife in your belt, oh, you would be in a lot of trouble. Ben Scott, how old am I? I'm 21. I am 44 years of age. 44 years of age. Nah. Excuse me. You know, you see, there's somebody famous called Ben Scott, so it's not coming up for me. This is the problem. This is the problem. Still live. Still live, Chris. Yes, we're still live. You still working? He's never heard of Rush. Oh, Jesus, Roddy. How can you subscribe to him? How? That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm surprised. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. I'm shocked that anybody would listen to Rush. Jesus, Roddy. Nah, I'm only joking, Roddy. I'm only joking. So, fingers crossed I ring this guy tomorrow. And he says, Wally, the last time I took a brush cutter into him, he said, this is actually how we ended up with the cabin. I was going to buy a new brush cutter. And I says, because the Hyundai was broken. That's a yoke I abused to bits. Like abused. I would have given it 50 times more abuse than I have the Honda. And it took it all, boy. Jesus, it took it all. No. Sorry, Roddy. Sorry. So so I took in the brush cutter and I was going to buy a new one because I thought the brush cutter was done. I was going heavy on it at the time, and I took it in and I says, listen, this isn't working. I don't know what's wrong with it. And he went, oh, your fuel line's broke. I can fix that. That'll be about 50p. So I had £1,000 saved to go in and buy a brush cutter. I was going to buy a brush cutter, a still brush cutter, the biggest still brush cutter. It's actually called a clearing saw, and a backpack blower. And what happened is he went, I'll fix that, it's 50p. Pink Floyd are a good band, a good band. And so I didn't buy a brush cutter because I already had one. So what I did was I built a cabin. I put £1,000 into a cabin and I went for it. And then I hardly ever stepped foot in the place. But the summer's coming. I'm getting myself ready and getting organized, and I have to put in some camping platforms at Red Branch. That's what I'm going to be doing. If you don't eat your meat, you can't have any pudding. David Kelsey, take it easy. Me, Grizzly. The cabin is sweet. I need to move on to phase 2 of the cabin. I was supposed to get a window of a guy, and then I just sort of forgot about it, and I think we all got COVID. And then we all got COVID again. Sorry, Roddy, I forgot to tell you, we all got COVID again. No singing, hey, no singing, no singing. The pair of guitars haven't been touched in months. I need to move them somewhere where I can see them. They just end up getting covered and stuff. But that is the way it goes. Fits and starts, guys. Fits and starts. It's like I get a run at something and then I have to go off and do something else. You have 35 guitars. 35 guitars or 35 chainsaws, Chris? You guys have serious amount of chainsaws. Absolutely serious. Guys, I am going to wrap this up after work in the morning. Yay. I'm going to teach kids 12 for 100 quid. No way, Roddy. No way. I hope you're okay. Listen, I was sad when Taylor Hawkins died. And I have to tell you, I've only seen the Foo Fighters once. My wife has seen them 3 times, I think. And I'm a big fan. Todd Hawkins was an excellent drummer, a great singer, great frontman. You know, even though he was a drummer, him and David Grohl were excellent together on stage. They did great stage presence. You know, the pair of them, they played off each other. A very, very good drummer. Very, 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 very good drummer. And I was sad. You know, I really was. And I don't know, like, the first thing that they said was like, oh, there was drugs in his system. And I'm like, oh, you know, here we go. Now, I don't know. I stopped reading it because they just didn't really have any more information, you know, and I just feel like, you know, I read this thing about, oh, David Grohl was seen sobbing as he hugged his bandmate when he returned to the States. And I'm like going, of course. This guy has been his, you know, he knew this guy before and has probably been his best friend for the last 20 years, you know. So I hate the press, but I hate the news. It just does my bloody head in. David Grohl, if you're watching, feel for you, man. Feel for you. All the boys at the Foo Fighters. It is just, oh man, I don't know if a band can come back from that, you know. You think about it, right? A normal band, yes, but you're talking about David Grohl here, and, well, it's 50-50, isn't it? You know, he came back after Kurt Cobain died, and he used the music probably to heal himself when he started the Foo Fighters, and now the Foo Fighters has lost their drummer, so I don't know. Who the hell steps into those shoes? This is the only thing. Big shoes to fill right there, aren't they? Anywho, guys, go turn off YouTube. Go listen to some Foo Fighters. Thanks for watching. Stay frosty. Have a great weekend, everybody. Fingers crossed the brush cutter's all right.